Have you ever confessed or been confessed to at school or college? Well, if you're the type who's more interested in topping the class rankings and binge-watching or reading manga, then my friend, a confession might seem like nothing more than a pipe dream. But hey, miracles happen. If a gloomy, topper otaku like me somehow managed to feel what love is, then trust me, you can too. And that's exactly what this manga is about. Experiencing first love, with a dash of Tokyo Ghoul vibes thrown in. Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe and vibe to this intro. Yeah, I know. I really need to work on a better intro. Cut me some slack. I promise I'll make a new one soon. Now, let's talk about the manga, Koibami Shoujo. It's a rom-com. Or is it? Honestly, it leans more into the mystery genre. The mystery of finding true love among fake confessors. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just say this. Check it out yourself. Or stick around while I break down the first chapter for you. The story begins with our main character, Ushi Q, entering high school for the first time. His life philosophy: don't get involved in things you can't comprehend. Especially girls. Honestly, solid survival instincts right there. But on his way to class, he's stopped by a girl he's meeting for the very first time. She fixes his tie while he's busy internally panicking because girls are as unreadable to him as a CAPTCHA test. Naturally, he activates his anti-girl evasion skills, only to get interrupted by her saying, "I'm done." Startled, he panics again and blurts out that she is bedhead. She casually explains it's on purpose. It's the latest fashion. Bold move, girl. She thanks him and leaves, leaving Q to wonder what just happened. So far, it feels like your typical rom-com setup, right? But trust me, this one's different. The second half of the chapter will hook you. The author is just warming up. Cue an ominous scene. We get introduced to our female cast, and a panel with creepy smiles murmur, "Found you?" Meanwhile, Q overhears a conversation in the hallway about an urban legend involving love confessions and special stationery that supposedly guarantees fulfillment of love. Q, ever the escapist, sneaks past them thinking, "Love letters? That has nothing to do with me." Or so he thought. Moments later, he finds 4 love letters stuffed inside his desk. His reaction? Excited? Nope. Confused? Nah. He's terrified. My guy went from "love is none of my business" to "help, I'm drowning in it real quick." And honestly, I don't blame him. Let's talk about the letters and the girls who wrote them. The first girl is your classic cheerful type who wears her heart on her sleeve. Of course, she confesses. The second girl? She's got gal vibes and writes a bold letter demanding Kyo be her boyfriend. Confidence, 100. The third girl treats her confession like a business proposal. Stylish and straight to the point, she asks him to be her lover. Girls got goals. The fourth girl? She's your prim and proper Ojusama type. She blushes as she confesses but fumbles adorably at the end. And Q, overwhelmed, he locks himself in the bathroom for what feels like 2 years. His thoughts spiral. Is this a prank? Is this real? But deep down, he can't help but smile, feeling a twinge of happiness about the confessions. That's when his teacher, Ken, finds him. Ken is a biology teacher and, brace yourself, a certified weirdo. Turns out, he knows about the 4 confessions. How? Because he installed cameras at all the confession spots in the school. Yep, we've officially entered creepy teacher territory. But Ken insists he has a good reason and drags Q to the lab to explain. Ken shows him a video from 30 years ago. It's a confession between a boy and a girl. Sweet, right? Well, not for long. They kiss, but the girl seems to suck the soul out of the boy, leaving him to collapse to his knees. Terrified, Kyo starts to realize something's seriously off. Ken explains, this world has love eaters, creatures who live among humans and feed on love emotions. They make someone fall in love with them, then drain those emotions dry. Their victims? They can never love again. Love becomes just another empty word to them. Ken's network, seriously, does this guy run the Love Eater Mafia? Claims that 4 Love Eaters have joined Kyo's school. But why did they all confess to Kyo? Ken reveals that Love Eaters prefer a specific flavor of love, kind of like how we have a soft spot for butter chicken. Their favorite flavor? First love. Kyo, who has never fallen in love, is their perfect target. Overwhelmed, Kyo runs to the school exit, only to find another love letter waiting for him. The confession site mentioned in the letter is eerily empty, until the same girl from earlier appears and confesses again. Kyo, still processing everything, decides it's too risky to accept any of the confessions. But then he notices that this girl looks just as scared of being rejected as he is of getting involved. That's when it hits him. 4 love eaters. 5 confessions. One of them might be human. Determined to find out who, Kyo calls all 5 girls to the same spot the next day and shows them the letters. Instead of beating him up for showing off, as they would in real life, they agree to go on test dates with him. And thus begins the wild journey of this manga. I love how this chapter sets everything up. The pacing is great, and it ends on a solid hook. I've read up to chapter 9, and 2 love eaters have already been revealed, but there's still so much to uncover. I'm hooked. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's hit 1K subs. I'll even get a proper mic. Until then, see ya.